contract with the pharmacy.
Yeah, all of this is in response to the company's decision not to sell an abortion drug in states where Republican officials have threatened legal action against them if they did it. Fox 40's Karma Dickerson joining us now live in the studio with details on who, Karma, will be most impacted by what's happening.
Eric, Nikki, we know all of this was prompted by a provocative yet vague tweet from the governor Monday, slamming Walgreens and leaving many Californians questioning if they'll have to make changes to how they get their medicines. Now, we didn't get any clarity from the governor's office initially, but we were able to turn up some significant spending between the state and Walgreens.
We're done. We are finally getting more clarity about what that means. Governor Gavin Newsom announcing today California will not be renewing a multi-million-dollar contract with Walgreens. It's been 2 days since the governor first indicated the Golden State would be cutting ties with the pharmacy giant after Walgreens announced they will not be selling abortion pills in 20 states that have threatened the retailer with legal action. In response, Newsom tweeted, "California won't be doing business with Walgreens or any company that cowers to the extremists and puts women's lives at risk. We're done," leaving people asking, what business exactly does California do with Walgreens, and who does it impact? Fox 40 has found a contract between the state of California and Walgreens, under which about $50 million has been spent by state agencies since 2017. The major buyer? California prisons. Records from a state database show that just since the beginning of 2022, CDCR has paid Walgreens over $13 million for drug purchases. The contract under which those purchases were made began in 2017 and has been extended 6 times. However, with the governor's announcement Wednesday, the contract will be allowed to expire April 30th, less than 8 weeks from now. The governor's office says they have no concerns about getting the medications from another source. However, there's another potential major impact of a break with Walgreens, Medi-Cal. Silent so far from the governor's office on that issue, though their online records indicate Walgreens is an active pharmacy provider for the state's Medicaid system. It remains unclear what a possible break with Walgreens would mean for the more than 15 million Medi-Cal users.
And we got a statement from Walgreens just about an hour ago saying in part, "We are deeply disappointed by the decision of the state of California not to renew our long-standing contract due to false and misleading information. Walgreens is facing the same circumstances as all retail pharmacies, and no other retail pharmacies have said they would approach this situation differently. So it's unclear where this contract would now be moved. We will dispense this medication consistent with federal and state laws. Providing legally approved medications to patients is what pharmacies do and is rooted in our commitment to the communities in which we operate." So, Eric, Nikki, there's still a lot of lack of clarity here. So we do have a little bit more details in terms of what this break with Walgreens would mean. But when it comes to how people are getting their prescriptions through systems like Medi-Cal or even Covered California, still not clear what that will happen there. Nikki, Eric.
All right, Karma, thank you.